Every year, dozens of people drown in the Great Lakes. According to the Great Lakes Surf Rescue Project, nearly 1,100 people have died in the Great Lakes since 2010. 100 of those happened just last year.
Now, when you look at Lake Michigan specifically, 48 people drowned last year, and there are 16 possible incidents already this year. While the majority of those cases don't happen in our state, only 2 of those 16 are from Michigan, both at the Warren Dunes State Park. A majority of all drownings could have been prevented. This morning, we continue our Water Safety Week with Elliot Grandia. He went to Holland State Park to talk beach safety.
And every year, beaches across the state experience pier jumpers. Today, Elliot learns a little bit more about the dangers of jumping from the pier and even walking on the pier.
It's Water Safety Week, and today we are at Holland State Park. We are talking beach safety, and a trip to the beach is not a trip without going on the pier. We love walking out to the lighthouse, getting a good look at the water. I mean, why not? Look how beautiful it is. We're talking pier safety, and there are some things that people want to know as they're heading out. I've got Sean here to remind us some of your guys' suggestions, if you will, on how to have a safe time and be able to watch and look at the water safely.
The pier itself is actually not part of the state park. When you do go out there, remember it's an aid to navigation. It wasn't built for recreation in mind, so we have partnered with several local agencies to try and bring some safety to the pier. We've got a gate that will operate, and if it's closed, it's due to dangerous conditions, so please don't go beyond that gate. The Ottawa County Marine Patrol has also put some life rings out on the pier. We've got a shepherd's hook that we hang out there at the end of that blue rail. If something does happen, utilize that type of equipment to help somebody in the water. Going in when it's dangerous could cost you your life as well, so just remember that.
Let's talk about that because, yeah, I mean, it looks fun. You know, a lot of people, want to jump off the pier. It looks fun. You're jumping from a high area, jumping in, why not? But what are some of the reasons that it is so dangerous?
It was constructed with an approach for aid to navigation. The riprap that's around it, the large stones, that's meant to help protect that structure. Unfortunately, there's a lot of stone that's underneath the water that you can't see. So if you're jumping off the pier, you're running the risk of hitting some of those obstructions, getting entangled in some of those obstructions. And when the conditions are right, we get what's called a structural current, and that's when it gets really dangerous. If you get caught in a structural current, it can actually force you under the water, get you tangled up, and unfortunately we've had people lose their lives because of that.
Yeah, definitely. So again, you were even talking about that gate can close if waves are crashing over it, and people might get caught by surprise by some of those waves.
Yeah, conditions change quickly on the Great Lakes, so we monitor that as closely as possible. But if you get the your spidey senses going and the hairs in the back of your neck start to stand up, listen to that intuition, get off the pier. It's when we have a red flag up, we say steer clear of the pier, and that's because things can change quickly. And when we've got a red flag up, conditions are pointing in that directions, and it's best to just stay off the structure.
Yeah, but first things first, if you see someone struggling, again, you have those flotation devices right there.
Right, yeah, use the equipment that's out here and contact 911. Always contact 911 as soon as you can. Let them know exactly where you are, let them know which park you're in and where in the park you're located. And we'll respond, and local emergency response will respond as quickly as possible. But yeah, do your best to help somebody, but be careful not to hazard yourself, because we've had situations when people have helped save somebody else and then lost their own lives.
Definitely. Well, guys, it is only early June, so there's plenty of beautiful summer days left and plenty of beach days to enjoy. So these are just a few tips to make sure your next trip to the beach are safe, and we have all of these online at fox17online.com.